everybody, Rap Critic and Muse, and we're going off with another podcast. And I'll tell you something. We were planning on talking about the BET Awards Cypher for the 2014 BET Awards, Hip Hop Awards, for fuck's sake. And apparently, BET's website is a hot steaming pile of garbage. As when you go on there to watch the videos, they decide to all start playing at once, thus crashing your computer basically, because you can't fucking take it all.
Okay.
It can't take the mad raps.
Here's the thing. There's this other website that I went to that had a link to those videos. And so I went to that site because if you go on BET, you have to go to you have to do the thing where it's like, here's one of them, and then in order to go to another one, you have to like reload the whole page instead of just doing like you can play and then go to the next thing and play. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So there was this one website that's like, hey, we have all of them, and then I played them, and then I went to the site, and then like all 5 start playing at the same time. I'm like, what the hell's going on?
Why
I'm
would
like,
it do
no. They started playing all 5, including like Dougie Fresh's speech.
Yeah, it was like 3 other things. It's just layered on top of each other, and it's like, really? Autoplay? All of them? Can't fucking take it.
Who the hell thought that was a good idea?
I mean, it was cool collecting them in one place, but fuck, guys, the execution.
So basically, and then here's the thing that I always hate every year about these ciphers. They never put them all in one place. It's always like, here's 4 of them, and then you just gotta, like, fucking hunt for the rest.
See, I was able to find 6 on YouTube. Some of them had the audio messed with a little bit. Like, I think the pitch was changed because everyone sounded a little too squeaky.
Yeah, or like somebody will be like recording the television.
Oh, fuck that, no. I can tell that from the thumbnail right away, and I'm just like, no, avoid that shit.
I just want to know who was that guy? Alright, the first person who does it, okay, I can understand. Maybe you don't understand how, like, uploading stuff works, fine. But, like, in 2014, is there still the guy who thinks that the way you get something from the television to the computer is by fucking whipping out your smartphone and recording it?
Dude, what I love is the videos where it's like a clip of something funny, and you hear the guy, he's like, it's like, come on. Are you fucking serious? Is that your little audio watermark? You're fucking buzzing on the beat? Oh.
This will happen with, like, pretty much any award show. As soon as something happens, you're like, oh man, I want to see that. You look it up on YouTube, and then it'll be like, here, and you can barely hear the fucking audio.
Yep.
You can like only see half of the television because, like, you know how when you try to record something on your TV, like, it sort of whites out half of it,
Yeah.
It's so stupid. And then all the rest of the videos are just people who put up, like, a picture of the main event happening and then just going, go to this link in order to see it. It's totally not a virus,
That, or the ones I hate the absolute worst, where it's a guy talking about it.
Oh, yeah.
But he doesn't let you know that in the title.
Yeah.
And then you see it has, like, a shit ton of views, and then you look down a little bit further and you see the like to dislike ratio, and you're like, oh shit, better get out of here fast. It's gonna be some guy mumbling for 14 minutes.
Yeah.
And it always is.
Yeah. So, anyway.
The ciphers.
It's this type of shit that makes me just not want to fuck with, like, any of this stuff, And here's the thing, you could be like, well, why don't you just watch it when it originally came on TV?
Fuck that.
Like, that'd be great, but they didn't even have all the ciphers on there. 3 of them were only available online.
Oh my god.
So they made it like a fucking Easter egg hunt.
Are they so desperate for hits? God.
But, yeah, so...
Anyway. I don't remember much. I watched a good bit of them, and I don't remember too much about them, except for the stuff I hated. Go figure. I heard a few people that I was like, oh shit, I forget which one it was. It was the first one I watched, and it was like, it really set me up. Like, I was like, wow, this wasn't half bad. I wonder if all of them are gonna be like this. And no, it was the one, oh fuck, who all was in that?
Was it the one with Snow the Product?
I don't think so.
The Latino chick?
No, it was the Lil Mama, Troy Ave, Detroit, D1, and Logic.
Yeah, they
that
were
was
nice.
Pretty good.
Yeah. And who else was nice? Murda Mook with the live cipher.
Oh, I didn't see the live one.
Dude, oh my god, he goes the fuck in on Drake.
Oh shit, really?
Because they're supposed to be having some sort of like battle or something like that in the future, like a planned battle, you know.
Oh,
and,
okay.
You know, what better than to go on the fucking live awards and be like, yo, I'm about to see you. And
he's fucking hyping it up on TV. It's brilliant. He's like a fucking boxing promoter. He's fucking Don King.
And oh my god, like he goes the fuck in. So I was like, okay, I see you, Murda Mook, you know. And then the cipher with Snow the Product, dude. Snow is nice. Snow is so nice.
Have you ever heard anything else from her? Because I haven't.
She was on the So Dope song with Tech Nine.
It's not ringing a bell.
Okay. See, she was one of those rappers like from like 2 years ago where it was just randomly a bunch of white female rappers like just coming up on the internet, you know?
Yeah.
Except she's Latino, but you know,
mm-hmm.
light, you're white, close enough. You know how it is.
Yeah. Caucasian, not whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So, you know, she was one of those, except like one of the lesser known ones, because you know how there was like, who was like Kitty Pryde and like Krayshawn, and there was her and someone else like BT the Booker Killer or something like that. But yeah, there was just this random cropping up of just like white female rappers. But I think she turned out to be like the least sort of recognized of all of them.
Was Invincible or Invisible?
No, she's been around for a while.
No, I'm trying to think. Was she white? I don't remember.
I think she was like Palestinian.
Oh,
but like one of those like, you know, oh, light enough. Well, she's white. You know what I'm saying?
Just pushed into there by default. Okay.
It's like, wait a minute. Look, wait, let me see. Let me not put my foot in my mouth. Hold on.
Because it's been a while, but I remember her CD was pretty good.
This is a rapper. She's born in Champaign, Illinois.
Wow. You don't get much whiter than Illinois.
Champaign, Illinois.
God.
But she, okay, at the age of 1, she moved to Israel. I think okay. She identifies as gay and Jewish. All right.
Oh, okay. Oh no, you're breaking up a little bit.
So, no, please, is it still breaking up?
Yeah, a little bit.
Hey, yo, what up? 1, 2, 3 in the place 2B.
See, that sounded okay.
All right, cool. Yeah, I know my rhymes are just so nice, right?
Yeah, so, they shine through any technical glitches we may have.
So let's get back to the ciphers. Okay, so basically, yeah, Snow the Product, dude, she sounds nice, man. All of her guest features have been really good, but like I feel like she's one of those rappers that when I try to listen to like her stuff, like by herself, it's like,
oh no.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, yeah, it's like they saved the best for advertising for their albums, and then when you get to their albums, it's like, oh, all right.
It's the fucking it's the movie trailer that has all the funny bits and in the fucking commercial, and when you see it, it's like, oh yeah, that part, and then it's like, I don't think I laughed any other time during the whole movie.
So, yeah, but you know, verse killed it. I've heard 1 or 2 songs that were good, but you know, she's gonna be putting out a mixtape later this year, which we may review. So you know,
nice.
Look out for that.
Don't let me forget, because I totally will.
Don't worry, I'll remind you to remind me. Anyway,
can we just talk about real quick? Can we just talk about who absolutely killed it at the ciphers?
Oh, who indeed?
I got 2 words for you, motherfucker. Taylor? Gang. Out of the fucking ballpark. I say, I've never been more pleasantly surprised by the lyrical stylings of Wiz Khalifa, who sounded like he just got out of fucking bed and couldn't give less of a shit about what the fuck he was doing there.
No.
If you don't fucking care, don't do it, you know? Just don't go.
Yeah.
Just sit this one out. What an asshole.
You know what's even worse? Like, fucking, Ty Dollar Sign?
I couldn't believe he had the nerve. Who the fuck? Ugh.
It's like, who told you to rap? It's like, you're not even a rapper. Like, what are you doing? And he comes in, like, the motherfucker knows he's not a rapper. He comes in, like, singing his shit like it's a hook. It's like, do you know where you are right now?
Oh, God. Apparently not,
like,
no.
Jazz improv choruses. This is a fucking cipher, dude.
Yeah, Taylor Gang was, collectively the lowest part.
Yeah.
Of the ciphers.
Here's the weird thing, though. Juicy J was honestly, like, the best out of all of them.
Oh, shit. I don't even remember his part. I don't think I was watching it. I think I was just listening. And, like, I don't really recognize voices too well. So, yeah, I remember not really being blown away, though. So, maybe.
Juicy J actually came with the most, like, lyrical, like, styling and dexterity. And it was actually kind of odd, because I was like, Juicy J? You? I was like, aren't you the guy who, you know, was on the fucking Katy Perry song? Like, aren't you the guy from 3 6 Mafia? Like, you've never had a good verse, like, ever. You know, his verse was like, yeah, we up in the club getting crunk, and you know how we do it, da da da. Like, you know what I mean?
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Like, he's the dude who did the Bands That Make Her Dance song, you know?
Oh, yeah.
Like, and it's like, they showing racks, I'm throwing racks. And there ain't no strip club if they ain't showing pussy. Like, you know?
What I was gonna ask you was, and I don't want to get off topic, but have you heard the remix to Turn Down for What, where Juicy J does like verses over it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like the only time I was like, oh, this song that has like 5 lyrics and the whole thing is gonna have some verses over it? I'll give it a shot. I'd much rather the original, because fucking Juicy J took a shit on that.
Well, yeah, and also it kind of, like, their verses just kind of pull it back down to just being just another rap song.
Yeah, it's like, it was interesting and different. Now it's just every other fucking thing out there.
Yeah. But then, like, everyone else was either really bad, like Wiz Khalifa or Ty Dolla $ign, or they were just, like, boring.
Yep.
Like, this one dude, Burner, first of all, he had, like, a cast on for some reason.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I was just like, are we having another cannabis moment right now?
It's like, dude.
Like, here's the thing. Casts are played out, alright? Don't come into a cipher with a cast on, okay? I think cannabis has thoroughly killed that.
Oh, I was unaware of this. What now?
You don't know about the struggle rap that is Cannabis versus Disaster?
No.
You remember Cannabis, right?
Yes, of course.
So, a year or so ago, he got into, like, a rap battle, promoted rap battle, of course. And they're two going head-to-head, they got punches and stuff like that, and then Cannabis, in the middle of it, goes like, hey, yo, like, during his second verse, he goes like, and, you know, you think you're about to come with some bars, because you can't be vulnerable in a rap battle, you know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta be on your A-game. And he comes out, like, wearing a cast? And it's like, and, you know, of course, Disaster's gonna talk about the cast, so he's, like, ripping on him for that. And then all of a sudden, he pulls out his, like, he goes like, hey, yo, I ain't the best rapper, you know what I'm saying? I'm technical, you know, this dude's good, you know what I'm saying? But yo, I ain't really that great of a freestyler, you know what I'm saying?
Oh,
like,
God.
Oh, no. And it's like, I trained for weeks for this shit. So you win, you know, but I just want to spit my shit.
Oh.
And it's like, stand down, Stop! What are you doing?
Oh my god. That is
And
so embarrassing.
And so, everyone's going like, boo!
Of course, as they would.
Everyone's going, boo!
He's really good. But I'm not that good as a freestyler because, like, I'm technical. Boo!
And so, he starts, like, he pulls out a big notepad. So you got this man with a cast on and a notepad, just going like, yo, let me spit my rhymes.
Dude, I was taking a sip of soda, it almost went all over the keyboard. When you fucking sit in a notebook. Come on. It's fucking Janine Garofalo. Oh, I just want to try out some new material. What the fuck? You've been training for weeks, you couldn't remember it? Write it on the cast.
That would be classic.
Everyone signs around. Hey, yo, you want to sign my cast? But don't sign right here. That's my freestyle. I gotta be able to read that shit.
So, he starts rapping, and he's just like, yeah, and then, like, the punches aren't even, like, that hard. Like, they're like, yo, look at this fool with his honey brown eyes. Like, what? Like, did you just compliment his eyes?
His cunning good looks and his shining smile.
And then there's one part where he tries to compliment him for some reason. Like explicitly he says he uses what was it that you know how Cannabis dissed LL Cool J?
Yeah.
And so for this battle he reappropriates his rhymes, but this is how he does it. He says, yo, that's not what I would call diz. See, diz is something different. Faggot niggas trying to make a living off of dissing. He walk around spitting battle raps like he ill, but he can't avoid the fact, yeah, he do got skills. Like,
oh,
he compliments him, and it's like, dude, you're not making this better.
Dude.
because the thing is, he knows he lost, so he's like, hey, he does have skill. But the thing is, like, we know what your original battle rap was. It was supposed to be saying, trying to avoid the fact that he don't got skill. And then to awkwardly change it to, but he do got skill. It's just like, just walk away.
At the very end of it, he may as well have just, like, raised the guy's hand and, like, pointed to him like, this guy right here! Give it up for this guy! Woo!
And then, what were all there was these other stupid punches. Oh, he says, that's why right here, June 9th, 06, Cannabis gonna prove that disaster ain't shit. And it's like,
He ain't shit, but don't get me wrong. He got skills, though.
And honey brown eyes.
And honey brown eyes to boot. Don't ever forget that. I can go on for hours about his hair.
And then here's what's hilarious. Like, people are, like, booing him and go, like, boo, no, get off the stage. And then he puts the pad down, like as if he's about to spit off the dome, right?
Oh, shit.
And then he goes, hey, yo. He goes like, hey, yo, I stick dick to your moms.
Oh, come on. Stop it. I stick dick to your moms. Ew. Oh, my God. What a shithead.
What I love about it is, like, Cannabis is supposed to be like this highly technical rapper who weaves all these big words like rhinoplasty and fucking, I don't know, splendiferous or whatever. And, and then he looks at the guy, puts down the pad as if he's about to say some shit, and then what comes out of his mouth is, you can see he's formulating, and then he just goes, I stick dick to your moms. Like, that's what he's got.
That's it. Throw up your hands, you're done.
And then he follows it up with, build a nuclear bomb and put it in her thong.
Wait.
build a nuclear bomb and put it in her thong.
So what? Is it like a really small bomb then?
Well, it's just weird. He says he'll build it. Like,
Well, yeah. I didn't overshadow that. I didn't overlook that fact.
but it's like, okay, you're gonna have sex with my mom, and then I guess you're gonna, like, are you gonna do this in the same room? You're gonna build a nuclear bomb, like, just by yourself.
Yeah.
And then just place it in a thong.
Yeah.
Like, just...
like a fucking dollar bill in a strip joint. He just pulls it aside. That's for you, honey.
Those look like Tom Cruise mom shoes.
Oh, they actually liked it. They laughed at that? Why?
Oh, shit.
Oh, shit, he's gearing up for some shit.
So this a nasty ass wonton soup. You about to lose. What you got to prove? Yeah? Who you gonna wrap circles around? Turn around, cause you ain't allowed to worship the crown. You look like a dead bird on the ground with your bones exposed. This is your funeral service.
Are you listening
now.
to it?
This is your death, Diz.
Oh, yeah, I forgot you can't hear it on my end. Yeah, he's not bad at first.
But just the fact that he starts off with that is just like the harbinger of what's to come.
Yeah, it's like, hey, yo, don't get it twisted about what I'm about to say. It does sound pretty good, but this is the kind of shit I'm capable of. Keep that in the back of your head, because that's gonna it's gonna make a resurgence here in a few minutes when I run out of shit to say.
He's using a foreshadowing.
Yes, dude, I may have to actually sample this video in the video podcast. Show some of this shit.
And also, he says, like, I bet you hang out with Elton John in Lebanon. Here's the thing. Like, okay, I bet you hang out with Elton John. Cause you're gay, I guess.
Right,
and
yeah.
In Lebanon.
Of all places. The gayest of possible places. Right? That's where all the gay people go. Lebanon.
It just literally felt like, wait, what rhymes with Elton John?
Hold on, let me think. Elton John. Elton John? Voltron? Maybe? Elton John? Warp like Voltron? I don't know. That's all I got, really. It's better than Lebanon, though.
But yeah, it's one of the saddest moments you'll ever see in rap battle history.
Man, it starts off promising, besides that line, besides that one.
Besides the very beginning.
Yeah, besides the first one. Yeah, that kind of sucks.
And then he goes, go ahead, Diz, do your famous Slim Shady impression. Bring 5'9" in the session. I'll teach all three of you a lesson. It's like, actually, you kind of took an...
Oh no, I can't hear you.
The main reason I can tell is because this is the first time we've heard... Huh?
I said, Go ahead.
Huh?
You're breaking up a bit again.
Wait, let me try one more time. Let me spit some dope rhymes. Yeah. Wait. Let me spit some of these dope rhymes. Just make sure you hear me.
Okay.
Yo. What are you, Disaster? Are you an Iranian monkey trainer? A Middle Eastern gospel country singer?
Oh.
What the hell does that mean?
What the... Oh. This has no basis in anything.
What
Like,
the fuck
good
is a
God.
Canadian Arabian?
Canadian Arabian. You know, because they sound vaguely similar. These are some slant rhymes from hell, dude. These are
Yeah.
awful.
Mama say, mama saw, mama maku
No,
saw.
stop.
I put a tattoo of you on Tretch's arm right next to Tupac.
Wait a second. So...
That was the rhyme.
Mama Makusa Tupac. No. That's a bit of a stretch.
Wow. This is terrible.
Yeah, this may be something. It's like you know, something that gets put in the Library of Congress. like,
this is an iconic moment in failure.
This video needs to be, like, preserved for the next generation to see.
You know what's another thing that this reminds me of? Do you remember that mini controversy about Nelly not paying one of his members of the Lunatics?
No, what was this about?
There was this whole thing about like, Nelly was, he didn't pay one of his rapper friends to, he didn't pay, like, he wanted like $1 million for like him, doing work in the studio or whatever. And, at first I was like, oh man, that's kind of messed up. Nelly's like, what the hell, Nelly? That's kind of cold-blooded, man. I thought these were your dudes,
Right.
Then come to find out, it was like, oh, they interviewed, here's the guy's name. The guy's name was Slowdown.
Oh, Slowdown.
SLO space down. His name was Slowdown.
The Slowdown? You better not be talking shit about Slowdown.
Ain't but one.
No. Fucking, I remember Slowdown's debut album. It, like, rivaled Illmatic.
And so they interview him, and they're like, so what happened? What does he owe you? And he was like, so what, did you write? Did you do stuff in the studio? Like, what necessarily happened? And he goes like, well, I mean, I didn't necessarily write anything, but, like, I was in the studio hyping things up, So that was literally what he had to say. He says, I was in the studio, and I was there, I was there for moral support. And when we were on tour, I was in image. I was an important image. So I feel like I deserve a little bit of money based off of that. And you might remember him too. Let me show you. This is, you've probably seen a Nelly video, right?
A long time ago. Yeah, sure.
Remember there was like one random guy there who was like, just had like a Phantom of the Opera mask on for some reason?
Oh my god. Yeah.
That's him.
That's Slowdown. Dude, I remember Slowdown. Not by name, of course, but yeah, I remember seeing him.
Yeah, so basically his whole thing was, I was in the videos, and I looked really cool. And I was on tour, and I looked really cool too. And I was even in the studio. And I was like, yeah, guys, what you're recording is awesome. And that was literally it.
He was there for moral support. He wants to get paid for the moral support.
And because he felt that he was a big part of Nelly's image. As if anyone gave a fuck. Like if he wasn't there, the video would have been fundamentally fucking different.
Dude, seriously though? That is really fucking stupid. Like, the mask? he looks like an asshole.
Yeah.
That's not a cool image. Dude, man, I look like a guy that was, like, hiding, playing an organ, hiding his horrifically, mangled face. That's cool. That's what I want to model myself after.
He says, whatever we did, Nelly got half of that shit, and the rest of the group split that up, he continued. And when it came to splitting the money, I wasn't part of the rest of the group. And he says, while he may not have penned any rhymes, he literally just said, he didn't write anything.
Even though this asshole didn't do shit.
Slowdown explains that he was still an integral part of the crew and played a major role in their success. And I quote, I ain't write no lyrics or nothing, but I brought more to the stage show and to the image, stating his appeal to the younger audience.
Like fucking Nelly was out of touch, but it was Slowdown that made it cool for a hip new generation.
And he said, like, hinting at releasing a tell-all book about his experiences.
What the fuck? How much does he have to say?
Like, let me stop you right there. No one gives no fucks about Slowdown.
Oh god.
I guarantee you. No one gives a shit about what Slowdown has to say. Oh, you mean the guy with the fucking Phantom of the Opera mask on? Oh, word. I don't need to hear any opinions from this man.
What's it gonna be fucking called? The Lowdown by Slowdown? You know who else should write a book? Arab. While we're on the subject.
Oh, yeah.
Or fucking, oh, God, help me. The guy who used to carry an umbrella around Outcast.
Farnsworth Bentley?
Yeah! Let's get a book from him, too. Let's get a book from all the people who were just kind of there in the background, not really doing much of anything. You know, like, when you say integral part of the stage show, you know who I think of right off the bat? That white girl that danced in the Missy Elliott music videos that went on tour with her.
Oh, yeah!
Because people remember her from the videos. Nobody remembers, hey, remember that cool thing that guy in the mask did? Nobody remembers Slow Down.
Remember when he put his hands up? in the Hot in Here video? Yeah, that was a fucking iconic.
It reminds me of the lyrics in that fucking shitty, My Band song with fucking Bizarre's part. Superman video, I was in the back. Lose Yourself video, I was in the back. That's fucking Slow Down's life. Hot in Here video, I was in the back. That's
his biography summed up in 2 sentences.
Grill's music video, I was in the back. Assholes.
Yeah, just the fact that he thought, like, and then they interviewed Nelly, and he was like, yeah, no, he didn't do anything. I don't know what the fuck he's complaining about. And it's like, actually, he should be happy that he got an opportunity to, like, you know, hang out with people who are making a lot of money, and he still didn't do shit. And he said, it was like, he could have done, like, fucking something. Like, he could have been like, hey, I want to write some rhymes too, or hey, I want to, you know, I don't know, get involved with pyrotechnics, just something, you know? But he didn't. He was just an asshole that just happened to be one of his friends when Nelly was broke. And then, you know what happens. You say, hey, I'm famous, and I want to make you famous too.
The fucking interviewer goes up to Nelly and says, hey, did you hear what Slow Down had to say? And Nelly goes, who? Oh! She has to pull out her smartphone and pull them up on Google Image. Oh! Slow Down! Right. Yeah, I owe my success to that guy.
Where would I be?
I remember all those encouraging words all Slow Down had for me. I would try to spit a verse and it wouldn't come out right, and he'd go, don't worry, man, you got this. Man, I couldn't have recorded that album if it wasn't for Slow Down.
And here's the thing, like, they were talking about, oh man, would you be willing to do a Lunatics reunion? And first thing that popped in my mind was like, does anyone need a Lunatics reunion?
Who else was there, seriously, besides the oh-so-important
like,
Slow Down?
I was just about to name 2 rappers, but they were both from, like, fucking Organized Noise and Outkast. So, no, I can't name you anyone. Wait, I think there was a dude named Ali, but I think he also shared his name with a dude that was from Organized Noise, so I can't remember exactly.
Oh.
What was that Grills song, wasn't it? It was like, Grills? All those guys were in that song.
Ah.
Wait. Is that the remix? I'm literally trying to find these guys and I can't. Well, I know that there was Murphy Lee.
I remember the name Murphy Lee.
Because he was on that Shake Your Tail Feather song.
Ah.
And here's the thing. You don't remember Murphy Lee, right? Like, who the fuck is he, right?
I don't know anything he's done, no.
Yeah, he's like this irrelevant rapper from a time that we don't fucking remember. Oh, here are all the groups. There was Ali, Murphy Lee. Oh, wow. It's all right. Kijuan.
Okay.
And City Spud. He was the dude who had the verse on the Ride With Me song.
Oh, okay.
And formerly Slow Down.
No. Poor
So there were
Slow
like
Down.
5 people in this group. And they are the Lunatics. Now, Murphy Lee. I remember someone brought this up. They were like, "Yeah, Murphy Lee. You don't remember who he is, right?" Matter of fact, let me tell you what his lead single was. Cause maybe you might remember the lead single. Wait, hold on. What the hook gonna be?
Oh.
Remember that, Jim?
Yeah, I remember it really defined the summer of 2003? I couldn't tell you.
Actually, it was 2003.
Yeah! The year
Here's
of
the thing.
Murphy Lee.
He had a platinum album.
What? Get the
His
fuck out of
album-
here.
Platinum!
That is fucking that's unacceptable.
If you ever needed an example of how the music industry was needed to be brought down a peg.
When fucking Murphy Lee is selling 1 million copies. For what?
In
What
the
the
U.S.
fu-
This isn't worldwide. This is just the U.S.
Oh, God. There's way deserving rappers who haven't sold, like, nearly as much. God, that is depressing. So, just to reel it in a tiny bit, back to the ciphers.
Oh, okay.
There's,
I kind of forgot about a lot of them. I'm not gonna lie.
there's only one other thing I remember, and it annoyed me as much as the Taylor gangs.
I think I know what you're about to say.
Do you? What is it?
Is it the Remy Ma and the Papoose cipher?
Yep.
Dude, we are two minds, man, that are alike.
Dude, all they did was a fucking call and response of names, and by the end of it, the crowd was cheering. I was like, get the fuck out of here. Are you kidding me?
Well, by the end of it, I couldn't remember why they did it.
It's like, okay, now wait a minute, what?
Like, it started off, they had like a little verse doing a couple rhymes back and forth, and then they just started saying like black couples.
That was
was like-
it! Yeah!
And I was like, oh. And that would be cool if it was like maybe like 4 bars, but then they just kind of kept going. And after a while, I was like, wait, why was this happening again?
It was...
because they started saying like, yeah, Kim K and Kanye. And I was like, she's Armenian. She's not even like slightly black. She's not even like, oh, I hang out with black guys like Eminem or something like that, you know? She's not even like you know, like, oh, she's racially ambiguous, but she identifies with hip hop, so we could say that she's black. You know, wait, yeah, like, no, she's not even like slightly that. She's obviously, I'm rich, grew up in the Hamptons or Beverly Hills or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like,
And
like,
the whole point of that was name me a powerful or a famous black guy who wouldn't have got there if it wasn't for his chick, pretty much.
Yeah.
So when they got to the Kanye and Kim, I was like, wait a minute, what the fuck did she have to do with anything? Like, if you would have had a few, like, I don't know, Ray Charles's chick that, like, helped him kick addiction, that's okay!
Yeah.
But what the fuck?
Yeah, with Coretta and Martin Luther King, I was like, okay, that's cool. You know,
Yeah!
like, I can get behind that, but fucking Kanye and Kim K, really? Like,
They
was
just
she there
ran
for him
out.
when he was down and out? Was there a period where he wasn't feeling so good, and she was like, I got you, bae?
Dude, you remember that time when Kanye West got in that car accident and he had to get his his jaw wired shut, and he spit that verse about looking over, sitting in that hospital bed, and there was Kim Kardashian holding his hand? Get the fuck out of here with that shit.
Yeah, that
Like,
was...
I heard maybe two or three that were like, okay, but, like, that was the basis of their entire spit right there. Was names. Just saying names.
Yeah, like...
For the fuck of it.
I don't know. And then, once again, ending with the... what do they all have in common? Black love. And I
It's
was
black love all day. Woo!
And there was another one that was confusing, too. I can't remember which one it was. There was another... Do you remember the other one?
The couples, or?
The couples, yeah. Like, they said another one that was like,
Oh.
that's a black dude and a white chick. Like,
Hold on. If there's a fucking... If I can find the lyrics... Because I'm not watching that shit again.
Oh, yeah, no. I think they have it on Rap Genius.
Oh, okay. Hold on.
That awesome website that you guys need to go to.
Okay. Is this the... Sorry, but... Oh, okay. Oh, it's a video. No. Go back.
No. It's at the bottom. Okay. So it says, anybody think differently gotta be a hater. Name one good man. Will Smith, Jada, Mello, Lala. I don't know who Mello is.
Mello.
Mello Man Ace?
I don't know. Maybe.
Let me see. Oh yeah, and the funny one, Nick Mariah.
Oh. Oh boy. They wrote that a while ago, and they couldn't. They couldn't think of one to replace it, so they were like, fuck it, leave it in. It's alright. No one's listening.
It is a funny thing, like, most of what they were talking about is like, oh, their wives, like, their girls that held them down, like, cool. And then it's like, Tupac, Afeni. Like, wait, his mom?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, come on. That's cheating. God.
Everyone else had like, oh yeah, this guy, his girl, this guy, his girl, this guy, his mom.
You know what? I gotta say that because I don't remember anything in particular about the Taylor Gang cipher, that the Remy Ma and Papoose cipher was the worst one. Because I don't even remember who else was in it, but that was so annoying.
Oh, it was the thing that got us there. The guy in the cast for some reason.
Oh yeah, that's right. The guy in the cast.
And the thing is, like, he's acting all like chilled out, like, yeah, what's up? Da, 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 da. That was another problem. There were a lot of guys in there who were just like, they had no like presence. They were just like, well, I'm here to say my rhymes. Like, Do
you remember the one guy who said, and where were all the white rappers?
Oh yeah.
I was like.
And then it was so awkward when that one white rapper was there. G-Eazy, he was like,
Oh, where were you, G-Eazy? They may as well have just fucking called him out, just pointed at him. So the beat just fucking stops and they all just look at him and he's like, I was busy. I don't know.
His verse was good though. I thought that dude's verse was good though. It was the first time I was like, what? Socially conscious raps? Oh, okay.
Yeah, I liked those.
And then David Banner like tried to do the same thing.
Yeah, there was quite a few
duds.
No, I was gonna say ones about Ferguson.
Which, like I said, I like that. But at the same time, it was like there was the one guy who did it well, and everyone else was like, all right.
Yeah, they really should have like rehearsed that. It's like, so are you talking about Ferguson? Okay, I'll find something else. It's like, one person do it really well. We don't need 6 decent fucking verses about the same thing. Let's all just figure this shit out.
And now the thing about it is, like, it's funny seeing David Banner because, I reviewed his album and it was like the most gangstified bullshit, basically. And then he has this verse was like, it's like, oh, wow, hey, yeah, David Banner is an intelligent dude, he actually is a smart dude. But, like, the verse still wasn't that great, and then by the end, it seemed like he just kind of fizzled off.
Yeah.
Like, he's like, yeah, Mike Brown, it's going down.
Oh, yeah.
Down. It was like...
It's what's going around.
Like, you can stop now.
So, I originally texted you when I only found a couple of them, and I said that, hey, I don't really recognize too many of these people. And you said that they didn't really have big names this year. Do they normally have big names?
I remember them having, like, not every single one, but it's always like, it's always enough to get the sort of mainstream people going like, oh, I want to watch this because I know this guy. And then, like, it's kind of like have you met this guy, So it's like, yeah, you get, Rick Ross and so in there. So it's like, hey, here's the big guy. who carries the weight that makes you want to watch it. And then it's like, oh, and here are the rest of these guys. Hey, you might find someone you've never known before. But then there were full ciphers here where it was just like all people that no one knows. And I'm not sure how good that is for, for them. Because then most people are just going to be like, oh, I don't know who they are. Skip. You know what I'm saying? Like if you... Huh?
I'm sorry.
It's like if you have the at least one bigger name in there, it at least gets people to go like, hey, let me check this guy out, because that's usually how it goes with like big tracks. It'll be like, here's the main guy, and then now that you're listening to him, I approve of these guys, it's like check these guys out. That's usually how it goes. Nowadays, if there's ever like a big name rapper on there, it's like he has to have his own label, like Wiz Khalifa and his label. Rick Ross and his label, Kendrick Lamar and his label. It's never like, hey, here are these other guys. I mean, I guess it's all good too, but it just kind of feels like no, if I'm on here, I'm promoting my guys. Fuck your guys.
Because it seemed like fucking Wiz was like the biggest name there.
And I guess Ty Dolla $ign, he seems to be doing.
I'm not accepting that.
Or nah.
No, nah. I'm not accepting that.
But yeah, I don't know. It was, I can't say it's fully disappointing because there was some cool. I think there was even that Christian rapper in there. I can't remember who he was, but he was nice. He had said like, everyone talks about following God, but when you say everyone talks about they're trying to like get right with God, but when you say you are or something like that, then they call you crazy or something like that. It was like the sort of, everyone can say, because all rappers are like, yeah, this one's for God and da 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 at award shows, but then all their songs are like pussy, money, weed. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so he's like, but when you actually get someone who's like, no, I'm actually about God, and they're like, oh, what? That's stupid. You can't actually do it.
It's like, no, it's funny to joke about, just to say to make people happy, but to actually do it,
that's
fuck?
just silly. Man.
I'm trying to think of what else to cover besides the cipher, because I don't really remember much else that happened this week. There was something and I forgot.
There was that thing about what was this? Some shit happened. Must not have been that important.
I guess not.
Why should it be like some huge event happened, like Interscope's office burned down or something like that? All the posters for like all of these albums have been
God. Yeah, we're not gonna get that 30th anniversary Slim Shady LP. Oh no, we're never gonna hear the original verse of Real Slim. No, not Real Slim Shady. The original verse of
Hi, my name is.
Yeah, my name is, where he says raping lesbians instead of running over lesbians. We're never gonna hear it now.
Oh, for God's sake, that lyric. Okay, so as long as we're getting into it, let's get into it.
All right. If there's not shit to talk about, make shit to talk about.
No. For that verse, like I remember the version I heard, it was like extra pedestrians running over. There's like extraterrestrials running over pedestrians in a spaceship while they're hollering at me. Let's just be friends. And
right.
I liked that version because it was like, oh, get it? He wants to sexually take advantage of the aliens because that's a twist on what we usually expect. Usually it's like a sort of, the aliens kidnap and abduct the crazy country bumpkin and,
and the anal probe, right.
Yeah. The joke is that he's reversing that, and that he's such a, sexually fucked up dude. The aliens are running from him. That was a joke. I get that. That's funny. And then I heard the original was just like, what does he say? He says the extraterrestrials line, but it has nothing to do with it.
Yeah, no. And not only that, but, and I guess I can see where people used to say that Eminem was a touch homophobic, because not only did he have that line about raping lesbians, but he also had the part in the original where instead of his teacher flunking him, it was his teacher trying to fuck him.
Yeah.
And he said, my English teacher. My English teacher tried to fuck me in junior high. There was only one problem. My teacher was a guy. I chased him with a stapler and stapled his nuts to a stack of paper. It was like that whole thing was the same, but like, wait, I forget the one line instead of the thanks a lot. Next semester I'll be 35. Well, what did he say in the original? Do you remember?
Well, he says my English teacher wanted to have sex in junior high. The only problem was my English teacher was a guy. And then it continues the same way. So,
that's right, yeah.
Here's the funny thing. It still has the same implication because the next line is, I smacked him in the face with an eraser.
Yeah.
So it's not like he says, like, I smacked her in the face with an eraser. No, he's still talking about a dude that tried to have sex with him. So,
yeah.
Like, they didn't actually change anything. They just slightly changed it so that maybe somebody won't get it. You know what I mean?
It's like,
and even in the video, it shows the guy.
Yeah, but it still says tried to flunk me in junior high. Like it's not explicitly in your face that it was like a sexual thing.
And once again, I think that joke was funnier.
Yeah.
Like he wanted to flunk me in junior high. Thanks a lot. Next semester I'll be 35. Like that's funny to me.
Yeah.
The joke, yeah, the twist being that, like, oh, you think he's been held back just a couple of years? Well, actually,
he's still in junior high.
But the joke here is, my English teacher wanted to have sex. Sounds awesome, right? But it was a dude.
It's like, oh man, that is such fucking bro humor.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like
if it was a chick, it'd be totally all right. It's like,
It's like, no, because it's still weird.
and then. Well, going back to that lyric, literally the original lyric is extraterrestrials killing pedestrians, raping lesbians, while they're screaming at me, let's just be friends. There's literally a line that has nothing to do with what it's like. You have this one lyric is extraterrestrials are killing pedestrians. Wow. Well, where does this go? I want to know, what does this have to do with? What does this have to do with what you were saying before? Is this completely new topic that you're interacting with in some way? These aliens are killing people, and then let's go to raping lesbians. Like,
it's like, dude, you should have been there. Extraterrestrials were killing pedestrians. Wow, that's fucking crazy, Em. Tell me more about it. What else happened? Oh, I don't know. I stopped paying attention around the time I started raping lesbians. You know, I get sidetracked from time to time.
Like, it was one of those just like, that's not funny.
It's like, that's not funny.
The only reason it can be funny is purely from the idea of gay people, haha. Like that, you know, there's no subversion of expectations. It's just gay people, haha. You know what I mean?
That was fucking 90s humor, like down to its like barest essentials. It's funny because gay.
And here's the thing: some people like tried to justify it. They're like, "Oh, well, you see, the joke is the line is raping lesbians while they're screaming at me. Let's just be friends."
Right.
And you see, the joke is that while he's raping the women, they're saying, "But I just wanted to be friends." Get it? He's raping them, and instead of screaming in pain or for help, they're saying, "Oh, but I just wanted to be friends."
It's okay because they're not that horribly traumatized by it. They're just like, you know, oh man, this was a goofy misunderstanding, Marshall. You must have misread the signs.
It's like, I'm sorry, that's not really that funny.
And can I tell you another thing that I just now realized?
Yeah.
So, my English teacher tried to fuck me in junior high. Only one problem, my English teacher was a guy, right? That's not okay. That needs to be stricken from the album because that is in horrible taste. However, if you skip later in the album, I like happy things that make me gleeful, like when my teacher sucked my wee-wee in preschool. That was okay! They left that on the album, no problem.
What, you want to know why?
Because it wasn't the lead single?
Yeah, they didn't hear that part.
Yeah, they didn't listen that deep into the album. They're like, whatever.
Which, once again, goes with my theory that all these people that are protesting it, like, you just want to go, like, did you actually, like, listen to the album, though? Like, did you actually hear what he said? Because this wasn't some obscure guy. His album sold, like, tens of millions of records.
It was huge.
So, while you're making sure some people didn't hear these lyrics, there's literally at least 10 million people that have heard him say that other line, so it doesn't fucking matter anyway.
No.
He still said what he wanted to say, it's just that not as many people as you wanted to hear it said it.
And oh man, he can't be raping lesbians. That again, that's horribly offensive. However, if you skip to later in the album, when it comes to a little song that people may not know as much because it wasn't played on the radio a lot, As the World Turns, he tries to kill and rape women in a laundromat.
Oh yeah.
But that's fine, cause that's like on side B of the album. No one's listening anymore. It's after the fucking skits. It's after Ken Kniff. People are gone. If it isn't fucking My Name Is, or 97 Bonnie and Clyde. What was the other big single on there? Role Model?
Guilty Conscience.
Guilty Conscience. That's right. Which was another song about rape.
I was like, he has a real thing against women. And I know it's really obvious, but, like, listening back to it, like, as an adult, you're like, dude, there's no songs about killing guys. There's maybe, like, one or two. But most of the time it's like, and, I understand, alright, killing Kim, whatever, you have a problem with your girlfriend. But it'll just be, like, all these other songs where you're just, like, girls being stupid and girls being killed. It's just like, damn, dude.
Yeah, I'm trying to think right now. In Guilty Conscience, it contains a guy trying to force himself on a drunk girl at a party.
Yeah.
It has a man contemplating shooting an old woman at a convenience store.
Yes.
And a man killing his wife.
Yeah.
And, yeah, I mean, he did kill the guy that she was sleeping with, too.
But it was directly in relation to the woman. You know what I mean?
And it's like, in every other song, like, the very least he does is, like, call a guy a name. They get off really light in comparison.
I just never really thought about that before.
As the World Turns, all about raping and killing women, no men.
There was one about what was it?
Brain damage?
Yeah. And
but that was in relation.
The bully.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was in relation to him picking on him first, though.
But I mean, like, it's still about beating up a dude,
Right. This is, however, after the part. Oh no, wait, that was As the World Turns too, where he throws a woman off a high dive.
Oh yeah.
For no real reason either.
Yeah.
It's all about that.
It literally starts with, the only class you'll ever pass is phys ed. Might be true until I went into gym class and told a girl that she was too fat and needed Slim Fast.
Yeah, it's like she didn't do shit to you.
There's literally no provocation. It was just, what?
Yeah. Maybe he was a dick this whole time. This guy we were sympathizing with and we didn't want to get beat up or whatever. Maybe the guy had it coming. He just sounds like an asshole.
Yeah, like, looking back, I think Eminem was a dick.
What a twist.
Like, I always knew he was a dick, but it always came with the sort of, like, but, you don't take it seriously because, like, that's his persona. He's supposed to be this crazy guy. But then, like, you look and see how specific his targets were, you know, and it just makes you go like, oh, wait. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like the difference between playing a game where you can kill everybody, and then playing a game where the specific rules in the game are you're supposed to kill all these women. You know what I mean? Like it just feels like, wait a minute. Or like playing a game where it's like you have to go to this country and kill all these brown people. You know, it's like,
oh no.
Hold on. This doesn't sound right.
You bring up an interesting point, and it's something that I was gonna make a video about, and I just I just didn't.
Nope.
Huh?
Nope.
What are you talking about?
Know exactly what you're about to say.
Do you?
Nope. Not even gonna get into that.
Wait, you have no idea what I'm talking about.
I think I know what you're talking. If I know what you're talking about, you owe me $5.
Oh, okay, there's no way you know.
All right, I'm gonna type it in. Okay.
Oh, okay. Okay, we doing this?
Yeah, and then you say what it is, and then I'm gonna hit enter.
Okay.
All right.
Tell me when you have it typed.
I've typed it.
Okay. I wanted to talk about the video game Hatred.
Yep.
No, not Gamergate. The video game entitled Hatred.
Oh, I thought you were talking about, video game hatred.
No, not that specific. Not that broad, I guess. No pun intended there. You see what I did? You see what I did? No, the video game, if you haven't heard, I didn't know if it was really appropriate for the podcast, because I don't know how much of a gamer you are, because I'm not that much of a video gamer, but I had thoughts on this.
Oh man, I'm into video games, man, but I'm not a current gamer. Like, I play everything like a generation behind. Like, I just got a P last year. Like,
oh wow, okay. So there's a video game coming out called Hatred. You're a guy who hates the world, and the goal of the game is to kill as many people as possible.
Okay.
And that is the goal of the game. You leave your house, you go into public places, you go on city streets, and you just kill everybody.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a controversy surrounding the game, no shock, that this is pretty much what's the word I'm trying to say here? You can't defend it if someone says, if someone actually does go on a killing spree and say, hey, I played the game Hatred, and it made me want to do this.
Now who does that, though? Who has actually, gone to open fire, I'm doing this because I played the game Hatred, like...
No, but see, if someone was bullshitting, right? If it wasn't because of the game, if you were to say, because people have before, hey, I did this because of Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, like an article I read said, and it brought up an interesting point. If you go around killing people in San Andreas or any Grand Theft Auto game really, unless you have a certain cheat or whatever, and you go around killing people, you're racking up stars and you pay for it.
Yeah, like the point is something does happen to you.
Yeah, in Hatred, nothing happens. Like, there is no punishment for your rampage. And my argument, or my problem with this, is basically that this isn't... I always hear the video games are art argument, and that, you shouldn't censor or whatever, but I seriously think this game could do some real damage to the video game industry.
Well, now hold up now. I do think video games are art. Honestly,
yeah.
I think a lot of things are art. A lot of things that we wouldn't consider because we like to have a very strict definition of what it can be. Like, when someone says art, first of all, the first thing you think of is like a painting.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? Like, because you say oh, I make art. The first thing you're going to think of is, oh, yeah, you're involved in, visual arts or whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it's no, that involves music, that involves books, that involves movies. There were a long time when people didn't consider movies art. They were just these things that were recorded, and, it's so you got to think about it like this. movies didn't start getting taken seriously until maybe like what, the 20s?
Yeah.
And movies had been around since like at least the incarnation of recorded film, you know, had been around since like maybe 1890s.
Right.
And, you know, it didn't start getting taken seriously till the 20s, and it didn't start being a thing that mainstream people were into until maybe like the 40s or 50s. So that's at least 40 to 50 years. Video games have literally been around since maybe the 70s, and here it is 2014. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think we're getting close to that point, but, you know, it's still a developing thing, and so we're still going to be going through the phase where people are going to be saying it's not art. You know what I'm saying? Like, the Great Train Robbery back in the day, probably nobody thought it was art because it was just like, oh, it's just this sensationalist piece where people are robbing a train. It doesn't actually mean anything. Hey, matter of fact, this the Great Train Robbery, this could be promoting people to rob trains because there's no actual lesson. All it's doing is just showing people robbing a train. But yo, 100 years went by, nobody gave a shit. No one robbed trains more because of that, you know, movie. Like, and it's going to be the same thing with this. You know what I'm saying? And I'll say even to that, like, even if it is this terrible piece of game, I will give it this much. I will give any piece of art the benefit of a doubt of the fact that literally no one has played it yet.
Right.
You never know what something could be until you check it out for yourself. You know, and everyone going like, yo, this is probably going to be like this. It's probably going to be like this. It's probably going to be like this. It's like, yeah, you can speculate, but at the end of the day, you can't really put down judgment, especially if it hasn't fucking come out yet. It reminds me of the whole thing where, like, people were getting on Anita Sarkeesian for, like, going, like, I'm about to make a video, a whole bunch of YouTube videos on video games. And people were like, yo, man, fuck her, da-da-da-da-da-da, and doing all these threats and shit. And then it was like, the videos haven't come out yet. Like, wait until the video comes out before you say all that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you want to make it at least look like you might have a point instead of, hey, I'm thinking about doing this. Fuck you! You know what I'm saying? It's like you're saying, like, hey, I'm thinking about doing some. I'm thinking about you know, you're with like roommates or something like that, right? And you know, there's dirty dishes. And or there's like a whole bunch of like crumbs and shit on the floor, and you're like, hey man, I'm thinking about like getting a camera so we could like figure out where all these problems are coming from. And your roommate's like, man, fuck you, what the fuck you think you're doing? Why would you do that? That's fucking terrible. And you're like, if you're so hating, like if you have so much hatred of just the idea of someone doing this, yeah, there's probably a problem.
You see, there is no way I'm not calling, you know, I'm not saying that the game isn't art, because visually it looks like, you know, a well-made game, and I appreciate it. It's you know, it's art or whatever, but it's tasteless. It is what it is, and it's not at all. It's not. What am I trying to say here? Like, there's no skill to this. It's just acting out a sick fantasy.
Well, like I said before, you know, with people kind of like judging something before they really get the full taste of it, it basically comes down to, it's just like, wait until it comes out. Because how many times have you seen people proclaim something to be the best fucking thing that's ever going to come out?
That's
and then
true.
It comes out and it's fucking bullshit. So how many times have people, you know, seen something that's like, oh man, this is going to be the worst thing in the world. And then it turns out to probably be like one of the best messages you've ever seen in a video game in like forever. You know, like, let's not put the cart before the horse. You know, hey, it may look very terrible. You know, that's very true. And you can have your speculations based on that. But I don't think people shouldn't go into the torch and pitchforks mode before they actually get to see what happens. You know what I'm saying? Because that just makes us no better than people who were dissing the Passion of the Christ back in the 80s before they actually saw that the movie was actually like kind of in promotion of religion, of Christianity, in that, well, spoiler alert, Jesus ends up actually dying on the cross at the end. You know what I'm saying? Well,
you know what? I'm glad I brought it up then, because this, you know, I wasn't expecting the thoughts and opinions. So good.
I mean, hey, you could still, you know, be like, nah, fuck it, I'm not gonna play it. I'm probably not even gonna pay any mind. Because, I mean, the point of the trailer is to tell you what you're in for.
No, see,
you know?
I mean, though, really, what you said, I haven't heard anybody else saying it. So I'm glad I brought it up. If you do want to see it, however, I just sent you the trailer.
I mean, it's probably gonna look really terrible, But like I said, at the end of the day, it's like, has it come out yet? You never know. It could turn out that turns out that they're actually condemning all of his acts, even though they're showing you doing them. They could at least be trying to have a higher-minded message.
You are right. You are right. We don't really know the entire context.
Like BioShock Infinite, it had this message about what it means to... I forgot all the messages. I'm sorry. Friends have talked about me what it means. But basically, it criticizes, America's iconography and the way we treat certain people as gods and things like that. It's it's a great message. But, in the first 15 minutes of the game, you have to, take a whole bunch of hooks and, claw someone's brains out.
Yep. Mm-hmm. That is true.
Yeah, it's okay, yeah, that does happen, but, what is it actually trying to say?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So you may have a music video that, yeah, sure, it shows, dead bodies and this, that, and the third, but what is it actually trying to say? Try to engage with it instead of just looking at, just the surface and hating it based off of that. And it may turn out that this is just some surface shit that's just some bullshit, but, give it the benefit of a doubt. You know what I'm saying?
Fair enough.
Word.
And
then it turns out to just be some bullshit.
Yeah, it's this is the audio I pull when the fucking game comes out, and it's it doesn't even get released because
it's
people
so terrible.
It's so terrible. Because to me, just watching the trailer, and you're right, I don't know the full story, but the way it appears, it doesn't seem much better than like you had said earlier, the video games were the video games developed by white supremacist groups.
Oh. Yeah.
Where you just go and kill minorities. Just for the sport, essentially.
But see,
it doesn't look much different than that.
Okay. But what I'm saying is I'm seeing that this is being developed by the platform is Microsoft. The engine is Unreal Engine.
It does have the Unreal Engine, yes.
That's some big money behind them. You really think they would fund that for blatant, overt racism? For real? You know what I'm saying?
That is true. That is true.
Would they really do that in this day and age?
Yeah, you're right. You're probably right. I mean, it's Microsoft. It's the Unreal Engine. There is a chance. There is a chance that it may have more of a story than we think.
I mean, to me, that's like watching Indiana Jones, and seeing a part where a whole bunch of Nazis and being like, "Yo, man, that's fucked up, man. They're showing Nazis iconography in movies. Man, that's fucked up. We gotta protest this because this isn't cool." And it's they're supposed to be the bad guys, right? You know what I'm saying?
Like no way are they.
Spielberg is Jewish, right?
They're not being presented in a positive light. Just wanted you to know.
But see, people get so caught up in, but they're presenting them.
Hey,
that's all they've got,
I don't want to ruin anything for you, but their faces melt off. So just hold your horses.
Just give it a second.
I know it looks like they're in control right now, but someone's going to open a thing, and it's not going to be a good day for them.
Now, if you want to talk about some fucked up shit, we can talk about how the Indian people are represented in one of the movies. We can talk about
shit. Yeah, that's true.
But see, that's boring.
That's no fun because that's gonna make us feel bad.
We actually have to think about how we enjoy shit and how maybe sometimes it's not cool. That's an obvious thing that we can. I mean, that's not as obvious, and it involves nuances, and it involves respecting other people's cultures. Nazis, though, it's you show Nazis, you're evil.
Yeah, everyone agrees that Nazis are shitheads, no one's arguing that. Hey, here's something I had heard about, because Facebook told me that it's trending right now. The band Primus.
Oh, word. I haven't heard from them well, I mean, I guess I hear the South Park theme, but
there is that. they have a new album coming out, and it's basically them doing interpretations of songs from the Willy Wonka soundtrack.
That sounds so cool.
I've listened to samples of it, and yeah, it's fucking weird. And it gets better. 5 copies of the CD, or album, whatever, will contain golden tickets.
Nice!
And the golden tickets, when redeemed, you get in to Primus shows for free for the rest of your life.
Alright. I mean...
Wow,
look.
you sounded so excited until it was, like, self-serving, and then you're like, oh. Well, I guess that's cool. It's not candy, but alright.
I'm sorry, like, you know, Primus, they're awesome, but I don't really give that much of a fuck.
You know what? I gotta admit, again, that's not the reaction I was expecting. This podcast is full of surprises.
I mean, look, I love the Brown album, you know.
Okay.
And My Name is Mud was tight, you know, but, like, I mean, me personally, like, hey, maybe there's a million fans out there that are going to be treating this shit like the Willy Wonka movie, but I don't necessarily think they hold that much sway in the world.
Yeah, not so much.
It's not fucking Michael Jackson, you know what I'm saying? Like, if it was Michael Jackson, first of all, I'd be like, what the fuck, he's alive? And
yeah, this is how he fucking tells us. He comes out dressing like fucking Willy Wonka, and we're like, we knew it. We fucking knew it all along, MJ.
Son of bitch, all night he set us up. He he trick us.
I was listening back to last week's show, at the end where we were talking about Michael Jackson. That shit is so goddamn funny. I don't want to pat ourselves on the back too much, but if you haven't,
we're hilarious.
If you didn't listen to last week's show, towards the end we talk about the American Dream Jackson 5 movie, and Michael Jackson within like the last few years, with all his court appearances or whatever, and just the fucking your impression of the guy in the picture still fucking cracks me up. Just the damn. No, the bra. Goddamn bra guy.
Although but I have to give it up to Michael Jackson. If he came back with the Willy Wonka swag, I'd be like, he beat us straight up. Pay MJ his money.
Give him his money. Straight up. That is a horrible fucking accent.
We're talking about
John Malkovich in Rounders.
And how it randomly appeared on a Ghostface Killer album.
Oh yeah, you're right. It totally did. In a really weird track. I remember you had told me about it. It was like what? The fucking guy like lost a script to a movie in a poker game or something.
No, that's another song.
Oh shit. Okay.
And is in this song like they're actually playing poker, and then the guy goes like he says like, yeah, I rep Staten Island. I showed him 4 jacks and the dude started wilding, and then and then the beat's like, you know, about to drop and come back to the chorus. You hear the guy say, "Son of bitch, all night he set me up. He he tricked me." and then it gets to the end of the song, you know, it starts fading out. You hear the do 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 do, and you hear it fading out, and you just hear like, he beat me straight up. Pay him. Some weeks his money.
Let's see.
What's going on in the pop world, man? I've been out of it because I've been working on these lists, you know?
The pop world? You know what? Not a whole lot. It's the same top 40 songs have been in the top 40 for the past, like, month.
I thought that was that Meghan Trainor song.
It's still, yeah, it's been number 1 for, like, a month and a half.
But I mean, like, it's new.
Yeah, it's new. It's been on the chart for 14 weeks at this point. Have you not heard it? Is that what you're saying?
No, I've heard it.
I was just gonna say, like, are you that out of the loop that you haven't even heard all about that bass?
I haven't heard Cool Kids or Don't.
I like Don't. It's a really catchy Ed Sheeran song. As far as Cool Kids, do you remember Pumped Up Kicks?
Yeah.
Then you've heard Cool Kids.
Yeah.
It's the exact same goddamn song. Anaconda is still in the top 10.
Also, okay, when you go to Billboard and then you go to like some other like sites that like cover like pop music, why are they randomly talking about K-pop? Like that just started after
Psy.
Style. Yeah. It started right after that. And I was so confused. I was like, wait, do they think people actually give a shit about Korean pop music in America? Like
they're hoping it's gonna catch on with someone, I guess.
I mean, and that's not to say they don't have a big audience, you know, like, you know, in Korea and stuff like that. But I mean, you know, I'm pretty sure there's a pretty, you know, big, massive pop star in India that no one's fucking talking about. Because,
that's true.
I mean, it is, and in India, you know, talk about them all day, but in America, we don't. Like, unless you've got a song over here, people don't really give a shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're covering, like, oh, the Korean pop group. I don't remember the name. Yeah. Like, you go to, like, a website like Pop Dust or whatever.
Okay.
And they'll be like, I'm going to go to it right now. Watch it not be there as soon as I go.
Oh, no.
It's like, no, I can swear it was there. I'm not crazy.
It's the fucking singing frog. It's fucking Michigan J. Frog doing the hello, my baby, hello, my honey. And then as soon as you get there, it's just sitting there on the table.
No, straight up. Go to popdust.com and there's like Pop Dust, exclusives, photos, videos, features, TV, all these things that could encompass all these things. And there's literally one spot dedicated purely K-pop.
Wow. That is so weird.
Yeah.
Dude, like, it's not getting any, like,
traction.
No one's talking about K-pop.
Like, there was literally Psy and literally no one else.
Yeah,
no one,
I'm
it
trying
wasn't
to think.
like you opened the floodgates and, oh snap, here comes Boa, and that's literally all I've got.
Yeah, it isn't like the late 90s where, like, there was a huge like a huge explosion of Latin artists.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
Or like when country was flowing over into the pop charts in the late 90s with like Shania Twain and all that. There was literally one guy who had one really big song, a follow-up that didn't do nearly as good, and that was it.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd like to see more of it, you know, just to change things up a little bit.
I'd like to see more artists from all across the world affecting the charts on it. I'd like to see an actual reflection of what America looks like on the charts. That'd be cool.
Yeah, I'm looking at exclusives, and it's talking about, okay, the exclusives is talking about Ebola. The features is talking about Ebola. Photos are showing off, pictures from Fergie's new music video. Cause Fergie's back, I guess.
Is that happening now?
Apparently, that's what fucking Pop Dust is saying.
Alright.
Gwen Stefani has a new single? What the hell?
We'll get back to this later.
Dude, it's fucking 2006. What the hell is happening?
Did we pop back to 2007 for a minute?
Oh god. Scary.
No, not that year. I can't go back there.
Oh shit. Like I'm gonna walk into myself doing fucking rant videos and be like, stop it! This shit isn't gonna be funny in 7 years. In fact, you're gonna absolutely hate it.
But yeah, these Korean pop groups, To Anyone, that's a group. Girls' Generation.
I've heard of Girls' Generation.
Yeah,
but...
like I know of them.
Yeah.
Purely, like when you go to like sites that are like, hey, here's this really weird pop group, you know.
And like no one's talking about baby metal. Have you heard of baby metal?
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, like that's kind of a big thing right now, but I don't hear anyone talking about it.
But it's not like top 20 radio. Here comes
no.
With chocolate. You know what I'm saying? Like
yeah, no one like is really talking seriously about it, but like
and I kind of wonder what's gonna happen to them when they just in like 3 years. You know, like
yeah, I don't think it's gonna last another year.
Like they're
let alone
like
3.
12 right now.
Yeah, about that. Yeah.
And like your name is called baby metal.
And you're already not babies anymore.
Yeah, like, you can't carry that shit into adulthood.
It was like the ongoing joke about the Beastie Boys when they were still doing shit like in their late 30s. It's like, can we still call them boys? It's a bit weird now.
The Beastie fellas.
The Beastie gents. The Beastie lads.
But,
I get down with that.
Well, I mean, no one really knew what Beastie meant anyway, so maybe he could get away with it, you know?
I still don't really know what that means.
But you know, like, when you have literally baby metal for babies, like, you can't grow out of that. You
No.
know, like Hanson. Like, Hanson, they had the little group in the 90s, it was cute, you know, whatever, and apparently they're coming back now, and they're, like, really respected on the scene, but their name is Hanson.
Yeah.
You know, it's not like they call themselves, you know, the young, fresh crew. You know?
Yeah.
It's like, here comes the young adolescents.
Yeah, right? Like, oh no.
Like New Kids on the Block. They're a joke.
Yeah, like Backstreet Boys, New Kids on the Block. It's like, well, now look at them. That's where NSYNC had it. Like, they had the right idea. We're just gonna take the fucking letters and put them together.
If they would have just said new people on the block, you know?
Yeah. Let's think long term here. You know, let's not pigeonhole ourselves as a fucking act that's only gonna be relevant and you know, accepted for like 2-3 years.
And then all rappers with the youngs in their names.
That's gonna, that's gonna blow.
Like, Lil you can get away with, because, hey, you're short. Alright, whatever.
Yeah, whatever.
But Young, ever since Young MC, man, you're like 45 years old, you're like...
You know, you just said Lil, and you reminded me of something. There was a movie that was on earlier today, and I didn't even know she was in it, but...
Lil Mama?
What?
Lil Mama?
No.
Oh man, I thought we were in sync, man. I thought we knew what each other was thinking, man. I fucked that one up.
No, not this time. It was a movie that was filmed in Charlotte, in 2002. Mm-hmm. I'm talking Joanna Man.
Oh my god.
And Lil Kim is in that movie.
She is?
Yeah, she's like a main character.
She was?
And she looks like a human still. Have you seen her lately?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, it was weird seeing her like the way I remembered her. It was odd.
Oh yeah, there was a point where she was a human being.
Yeah. It's just, I've never seen that movie. And I saw like the first half hour of it, and I wanted to die.
It's one of those, like, black movies from the early 2000s. Like, before Tyler Perry. It was like,
before they figured out like the niche of like what would sell.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like, well, I don't know. It's fucking basketball. That's big, right? Yeah.
Basketball and a dude dressing like a chick. Isn't that funny? Martin Lawrence did it, and Eddie Murphy did it. Let's do this.
Black folks love Kevin Pollak. Put him in there.
And they love Miguel Nunez.
Miguel Nunez? Who's that?
He's the main character.
Oh, see, out of all, like, it was a star-studded fucking cast. I couldn't believe how many people were in that. There were like 3 Wayans in that movie.
Yeah.
And then I see the lead actor, and I'm like, I don't know who the fuck this guy is. He was like the only person. I was like, really? He's the fucking star? That's weird.
Of all the actual people who stuck around.
Yeah, like of all the people who should have just been like, no, fuck no, I'm out of here. The one guy that gets, you know, cast in the lead role. And I just love in the beginning of the movie, which again I only saw the first half hour, but there's like a scene where he's on a basketball court and he gets suspended. He's like a foot shorter than everybody else on the fucking basketball court. It's like, I understand he himself isn't a basketball player, but you could have got other people that weren't like tall just to create an illusion.
Yeah.
But he's like a whole head's length like shorter than everybody else.
Well, you know, you got your short basketball players, you know.
Hell, I guess so, right? Like, Joanna Man. God, I can't imagine watching that movie the whole way through.
You know how he got the name, right?
How?
It was literally, "What's your name?" And he goes like, Joanna. And he's like, "What? Joanna, man. Oh, Joanna, man."
Oh, fuck. Oh, God, no.
That was the whole joke.
Oh, God. Oh, fuck.
And it wasn't even like a, "Don't you wanna, man?"
Juana. Oh,
Wanna
fuck.
what? Joanna, man.
It's just like, come see the new movie, Hey, would ya blow me? It's like, I got it.
Well, here's the thing. It's like, this movie title sounds like it should be like a joke.
But
there is
it
no
wasn't?
joke.
Oh.
When it comes up with the name, it's literally like, "My name's Joanna." Joanna what? Joanna, man. There's no play on words. It's literally just...
So I take it you've seen the whole movie.
Of course. These were the only...
Of course!
There were not that many black movies coming out, so when they come out, you're like, well, I gotta see this. Cause...
How did it end? I gotta know now.
It's the typical Hollywood shit. You know, it's like, he goes as this one thing, he gets exposed, you know, and of course he doesn't actually get to suffer any real consequences because of it, because he totally learns his lesson, you know. And he falls in love with this girl. It's kind of like Tootsie, actually.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, he falls in love with this girl, but, you know, he's a chick, so he can't really express how he feels.
Oh, no.
Unless she's, you know, a lesbian.
Don't tell Eminem.
First, because now he's never gonna have sex with
So, well, I guess I may as well just keep this charade going. God, yeah, I think it's safe to say I'm never gonna see the rest of that.
Yeah, no, you don't have to say it.
Pretty
It was also the song that the movie that had the single as a soundtrack. What was it? What's Love?
What's love?
You know, what's love? Gotta do it.
Oh my God! Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
It
Why?
It was one of those weird, like, you know, this was the time where albums still sold, in according to fucking Murphy Lee selling a platinum album based off of a song that no one fucking remembers.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is back when albums still sold, so, you know, it was like, hey, we have a movie and we have an album. People will love it.
So if I was to watch the music video for this song, it would probably have clips from the movie in it.
Yep, that make no sense.
Oh God.
But at least they actually got like the cast in the video. That I think that's cool.
Oh, okay.
You know, but still doesn't make the actual clips make any more sense.
This reminds me of one last thing, and this could be a thought for us and the audience to chew on.
Okay.
So far, and it's October, you know?
Yeah.
No albums this year have gone platinum.
That was the news that I'd heard about. Yeah.
Not a single one.
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck is that? What is that saying?
None that have been released this year. I think one from last year went platinum, but just the fact that it's taken a year for 1 million people. You know, it's like there's 300 million people in this country.
Right.
You know, all you really need is for 1/300th of all of those people.
It sounds like a piece of cake.
Yeah.
It's a cinch. It sounds like you don't even really need to try.
And I'm not saying they all need to go platinum. I mean, one album where it just happened to resonate with a lot of people. No one gives a shit. Well, I don't want to say no one, but not enough for it to matter.
God, that's really sad.
I think the music industry might start calling this shit a rap.
Yeah.
Which is great. Yeah. Which is great because that means it goes back to like independent people.
Goes back to the people. That would be fantastic.
And Warner Brothers can continue, you know, messing with movies, and Virgin can, you know, just keep with their technology and cell phone stuff. You know, it's funny. A lot of these businesses don't start with music.
No.
They went into music thinking it was a trend, I guess, like in the 40s and shit. They're like, oh man, we can make money off of these recordings. And they're like, what? Oh, we can actually make money? Oh, all right.
it may take a while, but yeah, I can see that happening. Where, yeah, it just, like, becomes for the people, by the people, so to speak, and businesses, piece the fuck out.
I'm saying, like, how many people do you know? Like, think about it. In the 90s, there were all these rappers who started off rappers and became actors.
Right.
Like, or people who, like, started off, I forgot where I was going with this. But the point is, you don't see it happen anymore.
Yeah.
Like, there's no one who starts off rapping and goes into acting. Like, if you're going into acting, you're going into acting. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you fucking skip that, that stepping stone. You know? You don't waste your time in the studio when you know you don't have talent. You're just like, I'm just gonna try this.
Like, I can't think, like, unless you actually give a shit about music. But even then, there's a lot of people that really don't. But, hey, we're still in that transitional period where maybe we're weeding all of those people out. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm being too idealistic. But either way, like, I have noticed that that's not happening as much anymore. Maybe that's included to the fact that we don't really have any, like, superstars anymore.
You're right. Well, Katy Perry is a superstar.
Yeah, Katy Perry.
As much as I hate to admit it, because I just can't stand her music at all.
I would say Kesha, but I'm not sure she's really, like, popping. Like, she always seemed like one of those people that was gonna be around and then was gonna kind of go away. Like Cyndi Lauper, like, yeah, she was good at the time, but you're not really still talking about her. You know what I'm saying? As
of right now, as far as, like, the female singers go, even with, like Lady Gaga and Beyonce and Kesha in mind, I would say the two people that come to mind to me right now that are superstars are Katy Perry.
Yeah.
And Beyonce.
Beyonce, yeah.
Beyonce, even though she's releasing worse and worse shit as she goes. Case in point, Flawless.
Irony.
Yeah. Yeah,
I think Nicki had a pretty good verse on that, though.
I don't think I heard her verse. I don't think I got past the point that it was cramming definitions and trying to talk to us about feminism right on the heels of bow down bitches. I don't think I could get past that. To the point where I was like, you know what? I don't really give a fuck what she's trying to say. I'll just skip to Nicki's verse later when I, care again. But, yeah, you're right. Like, and Katy Perry isn't a superstar because of her singles. Like, she's a superstar because of, like, her tours and her endorsements.
Yeah.
Like, Nicki Minaj might be considered
Nicki Minaj is a superstar.
Nicki Minaj is a superstar.
Yeah. Would you say Drake is a superstar?
Who?
Drake? It's weird. Like, Drake doesn't seem to be on that level. Like, Nicki seems to have this, like, transcendent sort of, like, she's in different, she's doing different shit, but Drake isn't, like, such and such wear for men by Drake or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, he doesn't seem to be having, like, the endorsements and shit popping. I think he's just kind of insecure about still wanting to be, like, all hip-hop and stuff. Because, like, he's like, wait, guys, I'm still totally hip-hop. I'm not going to go out into any ventures because I'm afraid you guys might judge me or something like that. While Nicki Minaj is like, well, I'm a female, so no one gives a shit.
I would say I can't really think of too many male musicians right now, but one that's definitely coming to mind is Kanye.
Okay, but once again, that's from 2005.
He's still big though. People still talk about him.
What I mean is, it's like, Michael Jackson was big in the early 90s, but he wasn't a 90s star.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, then we can't talk about Beyonce either, because Beyonce was big in the late 90s.
You're right, yeah.
So only Katy Perry?
Yeah.
Okay.
Katy Perry,
Katy Perry, Nicki Minaj. I wouldn't even say Wayne.
Well, he's from the fucking 90s.
Oh God, yeah, you're right. Okay,
I would say he did kind of reinvent himself, though, but not really in a way that matters,
Yeah, I really can't think of too many, like, male musicians that would, like, be in a superstar category.
I don't think we have a lot of, like, a lot of them are spillovers from the 2000s, man.
You're right. Again, I guess it just has a lot to say about, like, the relevance of Of pop music. Actually, you know what? I have one more superstar for you.
What?
Taylor Swift.
Okay, yeah.
It's all about how many things you could do. You know,
Yeah.
like Taylor Swift, Nicki Minaj, Katy Perry. You see them in commercials. You see them have like clothing lines, endorsement deals. Like Taylor Swift can, she can like model if she wanted to.
But see, did Michael Jackson have a clothing line?
No,
You know what I'm saying? Like, did
I don't think
Prince
so.
have a clothing line? Like,
I wouldn't have ever, even though he's arguably much more talented, I would never put Prince in the same category as Michael Jackson in superstardom. Like, if my like Purple Rain is kind of like laughed at in hindsight, but if Michael made a movie, I think people would still be calling it a classic.
he did make a movie, Moonwalker.
Oh fuck.
You never
That's
seen that?
right.
Yeah.
And it was a game. Wait, was it a full-length movie, though?
Yeah.
Fuck.
You can watch the whole movie.
Oh,
Yeah,
God.
that's the thing about it. You know that part where it's like Smooth Criminal and he transforms into Voltron? Thing is, like, it's a fully available movie, at least as far as I remember.
Holy shit. You know what? You're right. Okay.
I believe it was released in theaters. Hold on. Maybe I'm wrong.
I don't think it was in theaters. God, if it was, that was a weird time. Me and my friends are gonna go to the movies and watch Moonwalker.
Let's see. Oh, god dang it, this is the arcade. What?
Oh, no.
Here it is. Okay. The theatrical release of Moonwalker. Yeah.
Wow. That's
It was
crazy.
Yeah, it was released theatrically.
What was its run? What's its runtime?
Oh, it didn't get a release in the United States.
Oh, okay.
It was released in home video in the United States, but it was released in Europe and South America.
Wow, that's oddly selective.
Yeah. But yeah, it starts off as like just random compilation of songs, and then it goes into like a kid version of the bad video. And
yeah.
Yeah, and then it's just like all these different videos, and then it turns into the Smooth Criminal, where it's like, wait, is this an actual movie now? What happened? I thought we were just getting a highlight reel of your career. What?
Wasn't Joe Pesci in that movie?
Yeah. He played the bad guy.
He certainly did. But yeah, like,
but what I mean is, it's like he had the music and maybe dabbled in movies, but he was just so big off of them. But maybe we're in a different time. Like maybe you just can't live off of the music anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like you have to have your fingers in different pies. You know?
I mean,
like
music now is, yeah, like no one's buying albums.
It's like I think Todd said he was like he was talking about Britney Spears. It's like it's not the reason they're famous; it's the excuse for why they're famous.
Yeah, that makes sense because it's like no one's buying the music, and if they are, they're buying it song by song. It's stuff to put on your phone. It's stuff to listen to. It's not. No one sits around and listens to full albums. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Music isn't as important as it used to be. So, if you want to be a superstar, yeah, you can't just do music. You have to do other things.
Yeah.
God, it's so much responsibility.
Which is weird because it's not the other way around. Like, if you're an actor, you can be an actor.
That's just it, yeah.
Yeah, if you're a fashion label designer or whatever, you can just be that, at least as far as I know.
Yeah, like, I was just gonna say, I'm not about to, but if we were to start listing off actors that are superstars, we could go all day.
Yeah.
But it's fucking... Yeah, like, musicians have it way harder. And it's like, I can't... As someone who talks about pop music and talks negatively about musicians, you can't ever think of them as people. You know? Because it makes it really hard to do. So, like, if I were to think about, while I'm trashing the new Katy Perry song, thinking about how much work she has to do, I would immediately feel like a shitty person. Like, dude, her day is fucking packed with shit you couldn't possibly think of doing. Like, yeah, you think, oh, she gets to go to all these different places, and oh, it seems like a constant vacation. It's one of these vacations where like, you're on a constant schedule.
Yeah.
You can't enjoy where you are because you have too much shit to do. So it's like, yeah, I could talk about how bad her song is, and dude, did she even fucking write this thing? Well, no, she probably didn't, because she didn't have fucking time to, because she was on tour for 300 days, in the fucking year. She didn't have time to write a goddamn song, so yeah.
That money back to the label.
Yeah.
Where she gets paid.
Oh, God, yeah, it sounds like
running that track for daddy.
It's a horrible existence. So yeah, it's like, oh God, it really makes me rethink the whole thing.
It's like, you know what? Maybe any good music that comes out is honestly just like an accident.
Yeah, we should just treasure that and not say anything about it. Like, I'm just gonna enjoy this, and I'm just gonna hope that it, it lasts a little bit longer. And wait around for the next one to come around. Well, I guess on that awesomely uplifting message, I guess this is a good place to wrap it up.
Oh, yeah.
If you have questions or comments for either of us, leave them in the comments section, whether it be on YouTube or hell. If you're listening to this on I can't say it that way.
You fucked up.
I certainly did. I tried to be fancy. I tried to be like a cool hip kid with the lingo and the abbreviations. If you're listening to it on That Guy with the Glasses, leave a comment on that comment section below. Wherever you're listening, if it has a comment section, type one out, because we read it. I know from personal experience, I read every fucking comment we get. And if it's something we could possibly bring to the table on the show, something we can discuss, or just how you think we're doing. Like I've been reading comments for the past couple weeks about audio quality, and that's stuff I've been trying to work on. It's a work in progress, and I want you guys, the listeners, to think that you're as much of a part of the show as we are. So if you have stories or I guess suggestions of things we could do better, stuff we could talk about, bring them to the table, because they're definitely going to be read, definitely going to be considered. So I guess with all that said, wraps it up in a nice, neat little package.
Yeah.
And
I guess there's no more that need be said.
No more, but perhaps just maybe.
Maybe
just
one more word?
One more word, I think, is
what?
What
word could that be, though?
If I were to suggest one,
okay.
I'm just throwing it out there.
All right.
I'd have to say,